All right, Maddie. What is the slope of this line? Negative 0.5 or negative 1/2. Do we agree or disagree? Yeah, that's the answer. If they disagree, they have the opportunity to steal. So if it's an incorrect answer, or even before we determine if it's correct or incorrect, they can try to steal. But, if they're right, there's no steal opportunity. So, how many points is that worth?
4.
Since Miss Bowles is learning, so 4 points to them for the question. Then, when they come up and pull a block, what's a middle block worth?
5.
Middle block. Middle is 3, outer is 5. The outer blocks are worth more. They're tougher. All right, so Anna's team, your heads. Max's team, your tails. No, but for the next.
You rolled the dice too. The dice fell over.
I wondered what fell off my desk. Not here. Aiden, pick a number. I just flipped a coin. If you missed it, I apologize. Aiden, pick a number.
6.
Because we might be in a different order today than what we were in yesterday, but it's all randomizing again. Yeah, you should probably go do your job, I guess. Thank you for the compliment. It's my easy Friday. So success, great success. Easier. So the number of hours spent hiking, the water left in your water bottle.
My water bottle is full though. That's not good.
Then you'll die in the mountains, I guess. You drink gas? So you are a gasoline engine?
This is clear gas.
I mean, gas is clear.
I drink the souls of the innocent.
All right, you guys ready? Or wait, it was Aiden's team. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, so they're ready. Jordan, what do you think? What association? A what? How do you figure? Yeah, the longer you do something, the more water you drink, and it's going to be a negative association. Unless there was a natural spring on the mountain and you refilled your water. Yeah, okay. So if we go middle school on this. But yeah, so negative association, send somebody up or yourself. Let's cross out 6. And then Anna, give me a number. I know, they'll take care of that. Number 4 looks good. Same question, except for the amount of food a person eats and how many pets he or she has. Whoa, getting a little creepy. Getting a little creepy. Well, wait, how would that work? Because then as the amount of food that you eat goes up, the pets would go down? I mean, I guess if you raise chickens, you would really say you do eat
No,
Bacon and all that.
it's a simple thing. If you have a gerbil, and then you eat the gerbil, you ate more, and the amount of pets went down.
I mean, if you had a bunch of cows on the farm, I mean, that's just worth it.
Let's go 30 seconds here.
I was gonna say something.
So what's funny is Miss Bowles and I are friends, but she's never really seen me teach. So it was funny that she just showed up in my room and then just wanted to watch what I was doing. Because now I think she was actually.
Making Jenga is one of my favorite parts.
We're ready.
You're ready? Aye, aye, Captain. All right, Nevin. What do you think? Yeah, because this is kind of nonsense. Why would these things be related to each other? Send somebody up to the tower. Amelia. Oh, so are they. Except we're talking about, like, what if your pet is a chicken, right? Like, I mean,
We were talking about if you lived on a farm. And
you would like to peel off and create a sovereign nation of Maddie and Amelia? Jake, give me a number.
23 minus something is 11.
I was about to say, we only go up to 14 today, so 14 is still there, but 11. Solve for X.
We have to do D.
You have to do D. I've got some fiber bars if anyone needs help to do D.
I actually told my dad with that. I said before I go to bed tonight, you need to help me do D.
what did your dad?
Did you like pull out the worksheet? Max said he needed his help to do D before he went to bed.
X equals 92.
What? We're all children. It's okay. Look, people don't stop being children. Their filter just gets stronger and stronger. They stop saying the stuff out loud.
And they stop becoming fun.
I know, it's more fun when you say it out loud and everybody gets it.
As long as you know where the line is that you can't cross.
Yeah.
Because that line is different in different situations.
Politicians don't.
Oh, what question is this? Sorry that I didn't include the question number here, but what question is this? This is 120, right? 120. Ooh, sounds like a good idea. If you're debating if that's the true answer, plug it in. You guys got it? They're arguing, so there might be a skill opportunity here.
No, we agreed. I realized I had a brain fart.
Okay, well, brain farts happen.
Yeah, brain fart.
Was it a distributive brain fart?
No, it was a simple division brain fart.
Ah. Gust! What do you believe X to be here?
X equals 2.
What do we think?
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
Alright, that was Jake.
Pull an outside.
Was that you? That noise? Connor, was that you? Knock it off. We don't need to make crazy noises. We are not, well, we are animals. We don't need to make animal noises. Grant, give me a number. Well, I just clicked the wrong thing. But Grant, give me a number. We go up to 14. 9. Solve for X. You can fraction bust. It's 120. It's 120. I think this is 120. Yeah, you can fraction bust if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. As a lot of you guys have talked about, you don't have to.
It's fun though.
It will make things a lot better here. This is bad if you don't fraction bust.
And you get to sing the Ghostbusters theme.
Who wants to work with mixed numbers? Like, I would much rather fraction bust than work with like mixed numbers or fractions.
I agree.
Me even saying mixed numbers is kind of giving away a hint, but I mean not really, because if you fraction bust, then there's no mixed numbers.
That's what I'm doing. I'm fraction busting. That's fun.
I will say though, sorry, that was just me clapping because I remembered something and I had a mouthful of coffee. 7.3.3 needs to be turned in, and the closure we should have done by the end of class, right? If it's not done yet, we should have done by the end of class. So we do need to turn those worksheets in so I can grade them on our little road trip home today.
On the road trip?
We're going to Coshocton to visit my parents and my wife's parents.
Fun.
Since my wife and I are both from the same hometown, it's nice because we can visit our parents at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds a lot of fun. I don't have that. My week of planes aren't that exciting compared to that.
If I had ice skates, I bet the ponds at home are frozen over.
The one over by the houses or wherever it is over there, the pond that has the sprinkler that fountain, it's frozen.
Yeah.
And there was snow on top of it. I was really happy when it snowed again.
Well, so you know why they try to keep those fountains running is if there's fish, it aerates the water. It keeps oxygen getting into the water.
Like first I thought they turned it off.
30 seconds, maybe? Because, I mean, actually, I realize I'm small talking with the team that is answering this question, so you guys should talk to each other. Oh, I should pass out papers. I keep telling myself I need to do that. Also, if you didn't turn in 7.3.1 or 7.3.2, I have not put those in math. I just have them in my folder to take home and grade this weekend. So if you need to turn in any of your practice work, please do that today. Pretty much all of Chapter 7 needs turned in.
I don't think there's any.
Do you guys have an agreed answer yet? It's okay if you don't. Keep working.
I think we have to check with a couple more people. I think it's just possible.
This actually makes passing back papers easier because you're all sitting together. Sorry, that's for Max. I mean, it's up to you, but the whole cabinet tips forward if the drawer comes too far out, so I think it's probably a sketchy idea. No. We're not supposed to do that.
Jake had an even worse spread than me. He got 6 times 1 equals 1.
I mean, I think I know where he got that idea because the next step, Renault. That's Renault.
You can think of it like that. Like that's the next step.
I think it becomes 1 in the next step, doesn't it? Doesn't it become 1 in the next step?
I like how we get to go
Which
around
one
the closure and do
becomes
problems.
Well, dude, this is me like learning and like progressing as a teacher. I used to just do like a day where it was like, okay, do the closure. It was easier for me, but not as fun for you guys. And
This
also,
is it. We just get to jump around the closure.
Yeah.
I think we all have an
I think
agreed
you get to
answer.
interact with you guys. All right, you guys ready now?
Yeah, I believe we're ready.
So Grant is not the person since he picked the number. Renault, what do you think X is here?
Can I take out the Jenga block?
Sorry, I couldn't hear Renault. Renault? X equals 2? Yeah, that's right. So that was 9, I believe. Meaning Colin. Pick a number. 1. Dudes, it's on your worksheet.
I know.
It needs done anyways. Ugh, I'm giving you class time to get your homework done. Ugh. You see how like you're being ungrateful right now. Hey, so I was confused. This is from chapter 6, and it's not missing. It's in math as a check. I know there isn't a check here, but I don't know if you did it twice. That's chapter 6 though. And I have you in as a check. So either I excuse this because you were like not here or had already taken the mastery or something. What I'm saying is this is not in math, like as a missing or anything. It's in as a check. You didn't need to put it in again. But what you do owe me is some chapter 7 stuff. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that you realized this was chapter 6 and you owe me is chapter 7. Your chapter 6 is good. It's all good. Like, it's all good as long as you got it. Okay, but that, like your practice stuff, like you don't owe me stuff from chapter 6 still, except for maybe mastery. Check math, but yeah, I think it's all chapter 7 that I need. I think a good start to graphing is probably draw some axes. Drawing axes is probably a good start. I'm all good. I think you should help my team. We don't have any negative numbers, right? So I am just curious why you kept the negative part of the axis. It's okay. Is it because how many boxes there were in the scale that you wanted to choose that you decided to do? Because you're right, it looks pretty, but like we only need this part of the graph. So that sometimes then we just put the axes on the edges, which is actually why I cut this like I did, so you guys could draw axes. But still works. And quite honestly, most of the graphs that you guys will be making, you'll be doing on the computer. Like if you're making a graph for your job or whatever.
Well, that's nice. Computers help you, except when they don't.
Dang, this person.
This person got 0% on their test score.
They're small, bro.
Which what?
This person got 0.
Well, so look at the question. So does greater height cause better spelling ability? So that would be kind of assuming that height is your independent variable and spelling ability like depends. But nothing here is very clear. So it could be both. But if we're saying spelling ability could depend on height, then spelling ability would be y and height would be x. So if I made a statement, say I'm arguing with my sister, which would be dumb because she's also tall. But if I said taller people are smarter, I have data to support that taller people spell better. Height is your independent variable because I'm comparing people by their height. The results are their spelling scores. Right, so that would be the y-axis. Thank you. You have a, hold on. I got 2 papers left. I'm happy to chat, whatever. Hey, can we not touch each other?
I gotta check. These numbers don't make sense.
How so? So, exactly what I was just saying to them. Let's say I was being like, you know, a little brother, because I am, and I told my sister, taller people are smarter. I've collected data to prove to you that taller people did better on their spelling test. Then their scores, huh? It doesn't, did I say anything about their grade? I just said taller people.
Could be like adults and then like children.
Well, so yeah, I mean,
Like that's what
taller
I put
people
for
are
D.
normally older,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Not necessarily.
you're right, not necessarily.
I was one of the youngest in my grade, but I was the tallest.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty tall, but that's all genetics.
No.
Yes.
Yes. My mom is 5'4", my dad is 5'9".
You could have them switched around if you
Yes.
want, but
Both
if we're
genetics.
trying,
I'm 5'9".
Both
if we're trying to
parents
really
are
use this
high
graph to show, like,
Both my
does
parents are
now-
how genetics work.
okay,
Both my
does-
parents are
My dad
does
was
greater height cause better spelling
My dad's
ability?
5'6".
That's
Yeah, you-
saying
your
that
dad's
this
also
would be dependent on height. So that's why we would make height be independent and score be dependent. But it's fine. If you graph it the other way, it's fine.
I know obviously gets smaller too.
Oh.
Clap, clap.
Yeah, see, it works even if you guys barely clap. That's all that matters is that we can pull it back together. So, I don't care if you switched around your x and your y axes, but as we get deeper into doing this, we should look at the question and be able to see if we can tell what is independent and dependent. I got some people not with me because you're like playing with stuff. So, look at how this question is asked, and you might want to underline it. Please do not erase your graph. Do not change anything because of what I'm showing you. I just want us to think about it. The question they ask is, does greater height cause a result, right? Cause, that would be a result. Better spelling ability. So what this would be saying is the spelling ability depends on the height if we're trying to answer question C. So we would make the height the X and the spelling ability the Y. It's okay if you did it the other way. Did you actually have a question or you just wanted to jump in? And there's a tower in between us.
Towersville.
Okay.
What you just said does not make sense, Brenda.
Look at my face. Tower.
Wait till the height goes on the X.
Look at my phone. Tower. Look at my foot. Tower. Look at my face. Tower. Look at the tower.
Look at the tower.
Look at my
Tower.
ears. Tower.
All right, we about ready? We about ready?
No.
I'm just scared right now whenever you do that because I feel scared. It's like you would actually do that.
It would change a little bit. It would go like this. Oh, it would. It would. It would be.
Hey, so what I really should have could have done, especially because I feel like I looked kind of silly, not silly, but like to that teacher who was observing yesterday, I kind of want to talk with them about, there are certain times when I don't want to help you guys because I want you to go through the struggle, because the struggle is a productive part of us getting to the answer. So in your, I just wanted to talk about this because you guys are turning it in today. In your 7.3.3 homework, it kind of walks you through, and it actually tells you complete the row and column totals. So as we talked about with those bivariate, right, the two different data things, and I should probably throw the 7.3.3 and maybe, not the closure answers yet. But so when you complete the row and column totals for those tables, okay, well, they don't actually show the whole table here. I have it somewhere, because I swear I looked at it. Yeah, like we would write the totals at the bottom and out to the right, and then that's how we turn it into the percentages. You what?
Wait, Mr. Hudson.
Wow, good thing this isn't a mastery.
The resource page 7.3.3.
No, I said you didn't have to turn it in yet, because we're probably going to talk about it next week a little bit. Whose question is this?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, Colin's team picked it. What up?
Monsters.
So we're arguing. So we did it on the
I
wrong
grabbed it.
axis. So wouldn't that mean that A
I would say it does
change?
That A would change?
Yeah.
Well, let's go talk about it over here since you guys are arguing. Kind of exactly what Gus is saying. But turning it like that does not mean what we would do, because these numbers are going down instead of increasing. So, here's what we want to look at. Is X trending up or down? Up, right? Our points are going up. As X goes up, what is Y doing? So that's, even if we flip X and Y around, if you trade their places, they'd still both be going up, right? When they both go up, it doesn't really matter which is X and which is Y. We can still talk about the association. Because remember, negative association is talking about when one is increasing, the other is decreasing.
That's just it's meant to be. Maddie probably seems like a giant.
To me, Maddie seems short.
So what would you say for C? Would you say no?
Are we about ready?
And if Connor, Maddie can squish him. Because you could squish Connor with your shoe. Because you're tall.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have less time. Well, not really less time today, but we're done at 58. I was still thinking about like our afternoon class where we were done at like 3:02. We got like 5 less minutes
We gotta finish.
than what I thought.
We gotta finish this up.
So, Lily, I know you flipped around your axes, but do you have a graph that you're willing to share? I don't want to like put you crazy on the spot, but I kind of want to show it with the axes flipped around because the conversation we were having over there. So yeah, I would appreciate it if we can share yours. So,
I didn't graph all of the points because I got tired of estimating. So, yeah.
So Lily's axes are flipped around because we talked about how here they weren't really clear what's independent and dependent. But then Maddie came over and said her group is having a disagreement because they flipped around their X and Y axes. But guys, look at the behavior. Hey, chill for a second. Like up here maybe. Look at the behavior. X's are increasing, how we built our graph, right? So as I go to the right, my X's are going up. Obviously, because my numbers go up. What you really need to question is as X is increasing, what's happening to y? It's also increasing. Even if we switched around x and y, as the one is increasing, the other's increasing because our points are going up. So even if we flip these axes, we're going to see a positive association. Does that make sense? Now, hold up. Well, yeah, but it's their team. It's Lily got called on to give the answer. So, Patrick, what else could have, like it asks in D, what other factors could have, like, does this mean taller people are smarter?
I mean, sort of like the theory Anna had. The taller, like the older they are, the taller they are. So like the smarter.
Most people, as they get older, are getting taller, at least to a certain point, right? Or we could say most tall people are probably adults, right? Or at least like close to. So there are the outliers. Anna's getting very offended. There are the outliers of people that are not as tall, but you're not that old. You're only like 12. You will continue growing, I promise. Unless you go get an x-ray and they tell you your growth plates are done. But really, your growth plates normally don't close until like, 16. Well, maybe for girls, but yeah, because girls mature faster than boys. So like, it's just science.
Brenda, you don't have to take everything as
This
insult.
class is living proof of that.
Hi.
Hey.
Did you get it right?
I don't know if you meant. Yes, you guys got it right. I don't know if you meant to throw shade there, but you subtly threw some shade.
Wait, who?
Lily.
I said that all of the boys in this class are mature.
Well, but she said it more politely than that. And that's not true. Look at, like, for example, Renal. Come on. And, like, Aiden. Like, now it's like picking. Actually, okay. Hold on. We got to rein that back in. Because for 8th graders. I know you're 7th graders. But for 8th graders to be able to do what I do and like the teaching style, it's pretty hard because it's fairly casual, right? I give you guys a lot of freedom. And let alone for 7th graders, because we have 7th and 8th grade in the same school. That's why I started with 8th grade. For 7th graders to be able to do it is pretty darn impressive.
Thank you.
I do not very often have to correct you guys on behaviors or choices, and I appreciate that. So, it's just science that girls mature faster and like hit their growth spurts first, and like that's just science. We're not gonna throw shade at people about like, because guys, even you're thinking. So, Jake is putting the spotlight on himself right now. You're thinking about those moments where the boys make a bad choice. Overall, you guys are very well behaved. Overall, like 90% of the time, right? Like, I mean, Spencer. Speaking of someone who's very well behaved, Spencer, give me a number.
Wait, what about us?
What do you mean? It was Patrick's team. The rotation is them next. I think you guys forgot to put your score up. Tree? Tree. You have an answer? Amelia. What is your answer here? It would be positive. You are correct. So send somebody up.
Why did you say would?
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Because like we're hypothesizing.
You guys got
It's theoretical.
Yeah, so Maddie, like we didn't actually watch it happen for me to say it was. We're hypothesizing.
What? Make it fall for the walls.
Do not let it fall, Amelia.
Max, we have 14 remaining. Actually, well, yeah, 15 is not a question.
What about 12?
Oh yeah, 12. It's reds. All right, number 5.
No, get it from the bottom. The bottom's easier.
Ooh.
Does everyone already have it?
Where is that?
118C.
Does everyone already have the answer?
Don't let it fall out.
Okay, we are ready to answer.
Wait.
Woo!
No, we're not.
Everyone
Don't
has
let
it.
it pour down. You pour it full. You have it. You already answered.
27.
I know. I know I have the right answer. Hi, son.
Okay, we're ready.
So here, write an 18. Write a 9 for the Among Us team. The what team? The Among.
There is a 9. It's in light purple.
How do we have 27?
No, that's anonymous.
Oh.
No, it's in Noyo Mayos.
Write a 9 for them. Write a 9 for them. If you can barely see it.
Yeah.
But it's a good color.
And not here. Aiden, what would be your answer here?
Positive. You have to stay positive.
Height of a tree and the amount of nutrition it gets. Yeah, we would assume positive, right? Because as it grows. Now, also, it absorbs sunlight, right? So when we think about absorbing the sunlight. All right, come on up or send somebody.
Can I do it?
No, you're not their team. So, Gus, here's one of those moments for you where you're making a choice that is not helpful. 10, 12, 14. Brenda, give me a number.
Tap Aiden. Do the tap.
10, 12, or 14? 12.
Hold on the left.
Ryan and Janelle are driving different locations in Mammoth Lakes. Quit paying attention to Aiden and solve this problem. We only got 2 left. You need to turn this in.
Dang, this is so slow. Holy crap.
They might be driving through the mountains or something. Like it says Mammoth Lakes. Guys, it's a typo. It's 3.5 because when I copy paste. So, as we've talked about before, when we check your homework, if something seems suspicious, cross-check it with the book.
Wait, are we talking about that one homework problem?
Cross-check it
Are we
with
talking about
the
that
book.
one homework problem?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Then do it again, like right now. Just do it again. So, remember at the beginning of the year when I, gave you a book? And remember how the book has all of the problems in it?
This tower is unstable.
So, for those of you that are curious, when you copy paste from a website, sometimes the formatting does not follow. The fraction formatting gets lost when I copy paste. So this is 3.5 hours, not 312. And whose team is this?
It is
Isn't it Brenda? Walter, do you guys have an answer for their speeds? What do you think? How fast was Ryan? How fast was Janelle? Hey, if you're talking and you're not Walter, you're not helping. And Janelle? Absolutely. Send somebody up? Or you? Connor, 10 or 14?
Destroy it, Brenda.
10 or 14?
For the low.
14.
Describe transformations that can take triangle A On to triangle B.
Would you like me to kill him?
If you rotate, hey, students of mine who are not listening to me, if you rotate, you have to say what you rotate around. Otherwise, it's assumed to be the origin. So if you're trying to rotate around one of the points of the triangle, you have to say that. Like, you need to name it and say what you're rotating around. You can turn this in on Monday if you want, because I have too much to do this weekend anyway. And how appropriate. Pack it up. Pack it up. Let's go. Sure, you're done. Clean it up if you would, please.